knock down the sides and you have to let it meander. And so that's going to be a big major project that we're going to try to get grants and stuff, because if you can return things back to a more natural way, it brings animals and, you know, all the things that are supposed to be around a creek, including the plants. So anyway, a lot of earthwork has to be done to smooth kind of these edges off and make it meander again, but that'll be down the road. We aren't ready to do that now, but so this is one of our fields. This one is healthier than the other one in a way because it still has different species, but it's still not greatly healthy. These fields had mostly chert. So we've been here 20 years. We bought it 20 years ago, this land, and we did some cover crops a few times, like 6 or 8 or 10 different cover crops at a time, things like vetch, peas, rye, clover, all different oats. We've done all kinds of things to try to help the soil. And we learned that you probably need to do animals as well. So, but the other problem is we put animals on the other side, and we're going to take you across to show you what the animals have done to the other side, because they eat their favorite foods and they leave the stuff that they don't like. So we're going to work on teaching people, or teaching ourselves, how to manage this land a little bit better. So one thing we're doing over here is we're going to try to build a research center right on that mound, kind of right there. Some dirt has to be filled in here, so we'll probably have to bring some topsoil in and level it, but we want to put a research center, conference center right here.
What is all that along the fence line there?
That is a hedgerow, and so we put that in this fall. So I'm going to open this gate. We're going to ride down and look at everything. I do not remember all the plants that are in the hedgerow. I have it on that phone. So well, fit them. It's tight. Fingers. There we go. I think these are the little boxes that Tim was talking about that are by each faucet that we have to go dig out or do something with so we can reach them better. I might get the guy to come back. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So this is our hedgerow, and this is to grow bigger, bring butterflies and birds and so forth, and insects and different things. So, and we've got it mulched so we can see anthills, but we've got it mulched. Everything looks like it's starting to come out. So we have, everything looks like it's starting to grow. So Trevor Mann did this. He is a permaculturist. And we've got figs. There's a fig. No, the pink ribbons are figs. And there's sassafras. I think there's all kinds of things in here. A black locust. So we have all these smaller trees. We have, I think, mulberries in here. We have, what are the, elderberry. I think we've got some elderberry in here. We've got Elaeagnus, which Elaeagnus is across there, but this is a smaller Elaeagnus than is over there. And then, so we have all different kinds of plants in here. We have 400 feet of this hedgerow. So it's to protect this area over on this side from pollution and car noise and all that, to keep this a healthy living area. So I'm going to a conference in April. I always forget the name of it. It's a living conference. I think it's called the Living Building. Well, it's a living building challenge building that we want to build. Okay. But the conference is not totally that, but it has that as part of it. And then it has all these other things too about living in a way that is definitely healthier for us in all kinds of ways. I'm really looking forward to going. It's I'm going to get introduced to people. So I'm going to, anyway, we want to get sponsors who might help us with our project here to work on building this building, but we also want the research center to study the soil health and the gut health of human beings at the same time.
You got some stuff that's blooming right there too.
Oh yeah, I mean, this has just come out in the last few days. Tim and I drove down here just last week.
Really?
Yep, and so it's really starting to come out. We didn't have all this.
You planted it in December or January?
Yep, it was the end of December, the very end of the,
it was
like the 31st.
Right.
The 28th, 29th, and 31st, I think, were the days. So here's one of our faucets. So it is closer than I thought. I know the one that's way out there is the one I was worried about.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
one way out there, and I didn't really want him to do that, but that's okay. We're going to have to figure out how to mark that really well so somebody doesn't. We might be able to take it down temporarily and put it back later. But anyway, so we have the water line that you see as it's coming this way. And, oh, I see what they did. They kind of went off of each one.
I see mulberries.
Yep.
You've got mulberries in there.
Yep, we got mulberry trees, and I wanted pawpaws, but over there is going to be a better place for pawpaws.
Yeah, pawpaws don't.
Because they don't need the full sun. Right,
Yeah.
that's what, so I really wanted pawpaws. So our idea is right here, we didn't plant anything. That's going to be the opening to come. This is going to be a parking lot down here. And about 50 cars would fit in here if we needed them to. So this is the opening to come through to this area here. So this hedgerow is going to keep going all the way down. See where the flags are? It's going to keep going to that fence. Then it's going to turn left and go all the way down and come back all the way up. But we're going to have a driveway that comes out. I think where those two flags are, those orange ones, that's where the drive will come in.
Okay.
And then we'll have a circle. And in the middle of the circle, we'll have some stuff planted too, probably. But anyway, so that's the dream.
So these will all get very tall,
Yes.
and it will protect this area from pollution, the road, erosion,
Yep, noise. It'll draw insects, animals, wildlife, things like that to, you know, diversify our area around here. So, the gate opens front will matter. I'm going to go ahead and go down this way because we can't drive this into the woods because Tim says it's going to bump the battery too much.
Okay.
So we have to be careful with our battery here, our lithium, until he gets it more, you know, stable and locked in.
No off-roading, Dr. Koe.
Yeah, and we're kind of off-roading right now. And I
Look,
don't
we
know
are.
if he knows we're in this field. If I'm allowed to be in this field. But anyway, here we are.
Yeah, our video's a little bit bumpy, but we're having fun.
All right. So, see, this area is fairly narrow. I thought about getting people to drive in here, and we still may leave this open to as a second escape route. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna go over here. I'm so excited about this area over here. So this used to be open when we first bought this. I think I have a low tire, so we won't go very far. Here we park and walk. Okay. So this used to be open because this has a big culvert right here. So when we bought it, this was still open. There was a road going up the hill to a little hunting area. He had a green field, and then he had a deer blind up there, and that still may be there. And we haven't been up there in years because it all grew up. And so I got a mulcher to come through, and we mulched it. So, and it's like a secret garden, and I've wanted to see, you know the book, The Secret Garden. I've wanted a secret garden since I was reading that to my kids. I'm so excited.
All my kids have read that book or had it read to them.
So this is on the other side of the ditch or creek that's right here. And so they've mulched all this out. We are going to have to put a gate here because people will come up in here when they aren't supposed to. But I asked him if there was a road, and I couldn't find it, and he did. Oh, and he did. There it is. He said the road was still good. So this goes up the mountain, and we can ride the four-wheeler up there. And I hadn't been up there yet because this was just done this past week. So I hadn't had a chance, and I wanted to wait until you came and we'd come in and explore a little bit. We might be able to walk up there if we have time. It's 3:20. But anyway, so this goes and it opens up. Somebody was going to build a house in here at one time, but this was actually all, there was chert. There's chert on this property, on this side of the road and that side of the road, that all these county roads loved. For whatever reason, it was a really, really good chert. And not too far from here, they're cutting chert out of a big hillside, a couple miles from here. But anyway, they wanted to come back and do more chert, and I said no, because I knew that it would just kind of destroy everything. And so it's been growing here for 20 years.
Wow.
With nothing touching it. So Tim was like, "Are you sure you want to cut all that down?" But this stuff that was here was really low. It was, it's been growing for 20 years, but it's all real small. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to open it back up because we can have kind of a park area in here. We can go up the mountain and have a meditation kind of retreat area up there with a fire, place and, big fire ring and all that. So I was super excited. And there's 20 acres over here on this side. And, so this is another option. If we wanted to, we could even put a tiny house or some things over on this side. We could also build a bridge from this side to that side so people could walk across. And, so my idea, it's been kind of interesting. I've kind of been trying to decide, do I want a little old lady community where we have several people living together because we can all support each other? And I've been studying about some of those things, but I also want to be able to teach. I want people to have purpose. We could do all kinds of things here for the next 30 or 40 years if I'm living until I'm 105, 104, like my great-great aunt. But anyway, I was so excited when all this area was here.
That's nice.
It is.
You go all the way around.
Yep. So all these trees, none of this was here. This was grass. So all these trees have grown this big in 20 years.
Wow.
All these little trees right here. Some of them are pine, like this one's pine. But anyway, so it's just so cool. And they cleaned it out all the way to the back.